Hello. Oh, oops. Hello. I'm back with another video for bare minimum cooking. Today we are making the most bare minimum dish that I could think of. It's bare minimum because it's literally the ingredients and the name of the dish. It's called aloo jeera. For Indians out there, they know exactly what I'm talking about. It has potatoes and it has cumin seeds, which is jeera. So the reason I'm making this dish is because, like it's just easier to follow videos rather than make, something from scratch. It's just easier to not think about what you're going to be putting in the dish. You can just, directly make them. So before I get started, I'll just tell you what ingredients you need, and it's going to be on the screen also. You obviously need potatoes. I am going for three so that they last me for 2 meals at least. And I live with someone, so I am gonna have meals for 2 meals. I am also using like 2 green chilies for the spice. I have a spice rack here. Just a second. I love this spice rack. By the way. Like if you can see it, it's this multi-functional earring stand thing. So I have like all my khade masala standing spices right here, and I'm going to be using jeera, which is cumin seeds, as part of the dish. I'm also going to be using mirchi powder, which is not there here, so I'm going to fill that up, and I'm going to be using turmeric, which is healthy. So I have like the most basic stuff. I will add like garlic and ginger as part of my dish. Just I'm going to show you that during the prep time I already have the peeled garlic here, all and ginger's behind the camera, so we're going to cut to a scene where I'm getting the ginger. You also need ghee, which is clarified butter, I think you call it in English, but you can make ghee at home. So you're going to use ghee for the actual like spicing part of it. Now before you start making aloo jeera, you have to prep your ingredients. So first you wash your potatoes. So after I'm done washing the potatoes, I'm going to fill some water. Boiling the potatoes basically makes it softer. Aloo jeera can be made in two different ways. Like you can cut up your aloo pieces really small, and that way you don't need to, boil the potatoes first. You can just directly fry them. It's going to take a bit longer, but it will yield the same results. And I'm going for a boiled version because it's just easier. It's more bare minimum. You just need to put it on the stove, forget about it, and then remember about it and take it out and make the potatoes. So I put water in the cooker where these potatoes are going to boil. Like you would need maybe this much of water in the potatoes. It doesn't really matter how much water you put in, it's not going to affect your potatoes. The number of whistles you're going to keep it for is going to affect the potatoes. Next, I'm going to pierce the potatoes. They're not cooked, they're raw, so it's going to be a bit of a struggle to do it, but just like pierce it like 3 times with a fork. That way, because you're going to salt this water, the salt is going to go into the potatoes, and you'll actually have potatoes which have some like flavor. Now that I'm done with piercing the potatoes, I'm going to take like maybe half a teaspoon of salt and pour it in the water. I'm just going to close the lid, and I'm going to put this on the stove. To put it for 3 to 4 whistles. 3 to 4 whistles would be just enough. Actually, 3 whistles, I would say, ideally in Indian climates. 3 whistles would be enough to just get the potatoes uh, soft enough to have cooked on the inside, but still kind of hard. That way, it's not going to turn to mush when we start cooking them as in the kadhai, right? So after I'm done with that, I'm going to cut my uh, mirchi again. Yes, the maneuvers and all that. I'm going to cut my chilies basically, and cutting the chilies is just part of the prep work that we're doing. Generally, I like to like cut all my vegetables, keep everything ready, and then get started on the cooking process. But when you have to boil something and that's your bare minimum, it's better to just put it on the stove and finish your prep work while the cutting is done. So I also am going to have some garlic and ginger in my recipe because God forbid I have under seasoned food. So I have garlic here. I'm going to get ginger from the pack. Wash the ginger. It's very like muddy most of the time when you get it. And washing the ginger, make sure that even after you peel the ginger and you cut the pieces, you don't have like fragments of mud on it. Stay sanitized, kids. So I'm just going to put it in my. Now we're going to cut to when the alus are done, and then we're going to continue the video. So we're back. I Yeah. So we have boiled the potatoes. This is how they look. Now I'm going to take a fork and I'm just going to push it in. You can see that it's like not collapsing or becoming too soft. So that's because we have not put it for like too much time inside. I have put it for 4 whistles. Generally, like if you're in a colder climate where, like I said, physics, when you put it for more cities, so I have put it for 4. I would suggest maybe put it for 6. That's all that you can do. I'm gonna peel the potatoes now. So now I'm going to cut my potatoes. Okay, now because we what do you call it? We boiled a potato. We don't need to cut it into very small pieces. So I'm just gonna, make these medium-sized chunks. I'm done with all my prep work. So we're just going to cut to cooking the dish. Okay, so I have basically rinsed my cooker. Remember when you rinse your cooker to always dry it out, like take a cloth and dry it out, because if there's still water inside your cooker, when you pour the oil in, it's going to it's going to uh, just bubble and crackle and all that, and there might be some oil that kind of flies in your face, and you don't want that to happen. So now I'm going to start cooking. This is a very quick process, so it's not going to take too much time. First, you pour in some oil. Medium is fine, just like maybe a couple of tablespoons is more than enough. Let that heat. So I'm going to first go in with the jeera. Generally, you put very less jeera, but because the whole recipe requires you to, have jeera in it, I'm going to go with a little bit more, not too much also. Now I'm going to put in the jeera. Oh, it's already bubbling and crackling and all that. That's how you know that the oil is hot. Now my jeera is going to cook pretty fast. This is the part of the dish you call tadka basically. So jeera cooks pretty fast. Don't let it go black or brown. Let it just get lightly brown. That's how you know the jeera is basically fried or whatever. And if you're worried about it heating up too fast, you can just lift it off the stove and kind of do this. Uh, my jeera is cooked, it's slightly more brown. So I'm just going to go in with my ginger garlic mixture and my uh, onions. So reduce it to sim because your jeera is going to burn otherwise. So reduce it to sim and like mix it around. I'm going to put a little bit of ghee just for the taste of the jeera aloo, like the authentic taste of the jeera aloo. Maybe half a teaspoon, more than enough. If you have already put in oil, that is. If not, then 1 teaspoon is good. So my garlic and ginger, because it was mashed, has already cooked pretty fast. So I'm going to go in with my other masale, which is red mirchi powder and some haldi. Haldi, which I'm not able to find right now. Oh no, I have it right here. 1 second. Put in some haldi, which is turmeric. Okay, and just minimal. It's almost like it's just for the coloring of the alus, right? Like just so that they get that nice yellow color. Now that this is done, masala like cook very fast. Okay, powdered masala specifically. So the moment you put them in direct oil, they're basically done. So you just go in with your aloo now, and you mix that in. Let all the jeera kind of coat the aloo. Let all of them get that yellow color on top. Be a bit gentle with the with the aloo, because even though they are not fully cooked, they are still like slightly mushy, so you might end up mashing them up by mistake. So you do this and then you go in with your salt. So not too much salt again, because your aloo is already salted. Maybe half a teaspoon. Even that is, I think, a bit generous. So like 1/4 teaspoon maybe. Always like start with lesser and move to more. So your aloo is supposed to look a bit like this. It's going to be a bit like, it's going to be yellow because of the haldi, and it's going to have the jeera coated on top of it, and it's also supposed to cut very very smoothly. So when you do this, it should not have that kind of resistance that it's having right now. So that means it needs to cook a bit longer.
A few moments later.
Your final jeera aloo is going to look bit like this, it's going to have some of that, like I said, the bottom having some of the scrape of the aloo, but it's also going to have yellow aloo, which is very soft to the push. Like, see, now I push it, it's immediately going in and cutting in two. So that's how you know your aloo is cooked. So, just stir it around a little bit and turn off the flame, and your jeera aloo is done.